We're going to start off the workout with a dynamic warm-up, and the object is just to get warmed up by getting a little blood flow, get the body temperature up, which already isn't a very big problem because it's 110 outside. We're going to start off with just a dynamic warm-up, then we start off the exercises with lighter weights than we're actually going to use for the work set. So you go from a kind of a general warm-up to a more specific one. Today's workout consists of a dynamic warm-up followed by deadlifts, then T-bar, prison rows, band resisted, followed by cambered bar bent over rows, then on to seated one-armed cable rows, followed by wide grip lat pull downs, very light in a peak contraction type style, followed by weighted wide grip pull-ups, then finally band resisted T-bar rows. Branch is just warming up with 225 here. As you can see, he's in a good half squat position, shoulder blades over the bar, good flat back position, ready to pull. Branch is up to 405. Technique's solid. Get a good full range of motion. Here Branch is up to 500 pounds. He hasn't gone this heavy in years. Again, a good lockout. Brings his chest through. Branch is up to 560 pounds here. This is the heaviest he's gone in a long, long time. Again, good lockout as he finishes that rep. Nice solid triple here. This is much lower rep range than bodybuilders typically work in, but we're trying to, again, build up his limit strength. Branch is at 495 pounds here again. So you go for 8 reps. Not only has he not been this heavy in a long time to this training cycle, but when he has, it hasn't been for this kind of reps. I mean, there's not, high rep deadlifting is a very tough animal, but he's able to do it. Here Branch is going to do just 1 rep. Okay, Branch is going to do a Juarez Valley 8 here, meaning he's going to go from the upper rep range and back to the lower rep range. And what that does is keep intensity pretty steady throughout. So when he does his highest amount of reps, which is 8 reps, he goes back to his lowest amount of reps, which is 1 rep. So he goes from the highest amount to the lowest throughout. Then the next is 7, then 2, 6, then 3, and finally 5, then 4. So the intensity of those 2 sets the whole time throughout is 9 reps, so it keeps it pretty steady instead of just trying to do a straight set weight the whole way through. You can already see as Branch gets down to the bar, look at his back. It's already, you know, this heavy deadlifting is really paying off for him. Typically we don't deadlift with straps. It's okay to some bodybuilding just because you don't have to grip the weight like in powerlifting. But the reason is it's about 105 degrees and there's very high humidity to match it. So it's nearly impossible to grip the bar at this point. Again, even as the weight gets difficult, you watch Branch, he's locking out every single rep. Getting that full, you need that full range of motion for that full development in the deadlift. And in the past, he's had a problem, you know, sometimes when he gets heavier, he doesn't lock the weights out, but we're really paying close attention, making sure he gets that full lockout every single rep. It's important to lock out the deadlift just because, you know, when you lock out a deadlift, the 2 main muscles that are going to help you lock the weight out are going to be your glutes and your upper back. And if you do not want to rob yourself of that all important upper back work as you lock the weight out. These are called T-bar prison rows, and what we're doing here, band resistance. If you look at Branch's feet, there's a band around them. It's attached to the bar. That provides an additional resistance. And what we're doing here is we're doing a 5 count eccentric. So as he lowers the weight, I'm counting to 5. And what that does is not only have him, you know, I've heard Dorian Yates talk a lot about how in bodybuilding the main problem one of the main mistakes people make is they don't concentrate in the negative portion of the rep. And here we're emphasizing the negative portion of the rep. First off, because it's going to build more muscle, and second of all, it's just a way to change things up. And one of the most important things is we're spending a lot more time under tension, because time under tension is generally, you know, one of the most important variables for muscle growth. And you look at a lot of top people, you know, that's one thing they're missing. Their average sets might take, you know, 10 seconds. Here we're sometimes taking, you know, 20 seconds all the way up to a minute on some exercises. and that adds a whole new dimension to muscle growth and totally shocking his body at this point. Branch chain strict. We're getting that 5 count on the way down. These are called cambered bar bent over rows. As you can see, the bar is cambered. In the middle, there's like about a 4-inch dip. All this does is this allows you to go, instead of the bar stopping at your stomach like it traditionally wouldn't have been over a row, you're getting a deeper range of motion. You really feel this in the middle portion of your back, and you're gonna have to substantially lower the weight to do this exercise. Again, if we just did this with a regular bar, we could have 2 more 45s on each side, but here we're really targeting the middle area of the back. Again, in this workout, we're generally going lower reps than bodybuilders traditionally do, but we're also doing a lot of time under tension work, because before I started working with Branch, I've seen him train for years, and I went on YouTube and I evaluated all the sets he'd done. The typical set lasted under 10 seconds. So here we're making a point to prolong a lot of the sets, and most of the sets were of higher reps in the 8 to 15 range. So we're doing lower reps and really concentrating on time under tension. Those were 2 things that were missing from his training, and we're purposely attacking them. We want to shake things up and not go with the norm. Watch Branch do these 1-arm rows. Again, we're going time under tension here, a minute straight. You want to get, the whole point of this is not a compound move. This is not a movement where you want to get a lot of body movement into it and cheat it up. It's a very strict movement. Watch he stretch forward. He's really stretching that lower lat, and he's squeezing the weight as he comes up. He's getting fatigued as the set goes on, but he's doing his best. He can get that stretch the whole time, and doing his best to really squeeze at the top of the rep. Good stretch and a squeeze. This is not an explosive power exercise. This is a so-called peak contraction field of movement type exercise. To be effective and build the most muscle possible, you're gonna have to hit all different types of movements. You're gonna have to hit stretch movements, peak contraction movements, compound movements, and we're trying to attack the muscle from all different angles. Again, Branch is starting to get tired, so he's not getting that hold there, but he's still getting the full range of motion. But regardless of how tired he gets, he's making sure to really get that full stretch. Full development of the lat. It's going to take a full range of motion. You're getting wide grip lat pull downs here with a straight bar. Again, getting a good full range of motion. If you've seen Branch do lat pull downs in the past, sometimes he uses a little bit of body momentum. Here, we're just trying to keep these real strict and get a good squeeze. We're getting our heavy work with the deadlifts. We got our heavy rows, heavy deadlifts. So now we're just getting good squeeze movements here. And you see his upper back working, being attacked in a way that it never has before. Branch is going for a whole minute straight here. Really going for that time under tension. As you can see, for the next 3 sets, Branch is going to do a set of wide grip pull-ups with 2 chains for 7 reps, 1 chain for 7 reps, then his body weight for 7 reps. This is like a 21. I'm sure everyone here has heard of a bicep curl for a 21. The difference is a bicep curl, you're hitting different parts of the curl for 7 reps a piece. Here we're hitting like maximal overload for 7 reps. He's going 60 pounds for 7 reps over his body weight, 30 pounds for 7 reps over his body weight, and then finally his body weight for 7 reps. So you're basically keeping intensity the same for 21 reps, because as he becomes fatigued, the load is lightened. It's sort of like a rest pause, or even more like a drop set actually. And if you watch as Branch gets to the bottom of the rep, Look, you can see those lats just flaring out and the amazing width it's adding. Here's branched in wide grip pull-ups with a 75-pound weight. Just want to see what it feels like and provide a little extra overload. These are T-bar rows, one of Branch's staple exercises he really loves. And what we did here is add a new twist today with a little bit of extra band tension.